President Muhammadu Buhari's anti-corruption war comes under the radar as Senate President Bukola Saraki and Speaker of the House of Representatives Yakubu Dogara criticized the government's approach to tackling graft. That's our focus on the program. Many thanks for joining in, everyone. This is Politics Today, live on Channels Television. I'm Imana Amawe. Remember, you can follow the conversation on Twitter at CTV Politics. You can also watch us live on Facebook. Let's get the conversation going. Well, let's take a look at some other political stories making the rounds today. The travails of the People's Democratic Party are far from over, with a recent statement from the spokesperson of the Caretaker Committee, Prince Dayo Adeyeye. Part of the statement says that the attention of the Senator Ahmed Makafi's led National Caretaker Committee of the People's Democratic Party has been drawn to some news items to the effect that the National Caretaker Committee has instructed members of the People's Democratic Party to use the platform of a newly registered party to contest the forthcoming local government elections in Lagos State and other states where local government elections are pending. While in view of the misconception and unease which the issue has raised, the statement reads, "We are constrained to make the following clarification. The National Caretaker Committee is working with all the organs of the party and other relevant bodies to pursue the appeal filed at the Supreme Court to its logical conclusion. We believe ultimately that justice will be served on the leadership issues of our party. However, while we await the verdict of the Supreme Court, we are confronted with pending local government, national and state assembly by-elections in many states of the Federation. Since the platform of our great party, the PDP, is currently in dispute, we recognize the anxiety of our patriotic and loyal members to avoid a repeat of the Edo and Ondo gubernatorial elections experience, where Senator Ali Modu Sheriff and his co-travelers tried to scuttle the chances of our members by fielding APC lackeys and surrogates as alternative candidates in order to disturb, distract and dissipate the energy and concentration of our genuine candidates in those elections. It is indisputable that this was the main reason for our defeat, particularly in Ondo governorship election. That is why we deliberately decided not to run parallel congresses in Anambra State in order not to subject our party members in that state to the agony of a disputed platform. In the circumstances, and with no hope of the Ali Modu Sheriff problem abating before the Supreme Court judgment, we are left with no choice than to consider ways by which our members will not be disenfranchised in these elections. However, our position is not to choose a platform for any state where true PDP candidates are denied the opportunities to stand for elections. State chapters are allowed to take any decision they consider appropriate. In the meantime, the Rivers State Governor Nyesom Wike has said that the seeming crisis rocking the People's Democratic Party will soon be a thing of the past. The governor was speaking during the flag-off of some projects in Rivers State as part of activities to mark the second-year anniversary of his administration. The governor says the era of not fulfilling promises by politicians is over.
Don't bother about what is happening. You know that by the grace of God, PDP will work stronger. And let me tell you, I cannot, for whatever it is, to negotiate. The interest of Rivers State is paramount to us. And therefore, no amount of intimidation, no amount of blackmail will make me to, for whatever reason, negotiate Rivers State. I will not do that.
Governor of Rivers State, Nyesom Wike. And now to our topic for tonight, the anti-graft war of President Muhammadu Buhari, which has come under criticism. It's come again gotten some more knocks once again, but this time from within closed ranks. At an event in the nation's capital, Abuja, yesterday, the Senate President and the Speaker of the House of Representatives gave some knocks to the style of the Buhari government's war on graft. Senator Saraki says, and I quote, that most often Therefore, because our anti-corruption agencies are under pressure to justify their existence and show that they are working, they often tend to prefer the show over the substance. However, while the show might provide momentary excitement or even public applause, it does not substitute for painstaking investigation that can guarantee convictions. And on his part, the Speaker of the House of Representatives says, quote, "So when those who celebrate the successes of the fight against corruption in terms of high-profile investigation, high-profile prosecution, and even detention, they are missing the point, because that is dealing with the symptoms of corruption. That is punishing corruption. But how are we developing remedies that can apply to ensure that the tree dies?"